Hey guys, how's it going? JJ back again with another video. Hear me roar, where I talk about just anything that comes to mind related. A lot of topics that people don't really like to talk about. You know, I like to think of life as just being like a magical moment. Magic, magic is real. And something that I've really been thinking about lately, like why don't we see every moment as magical? Why don't we see all of existence as magical? Like the fact that I'm here, moving, standing, talking to you, recording on this camera, all of it is magic. It is beautiful. Like how else can you really explain this? Like even scientists really have not been able to explain where everything comes from. The crazy thought is the fact that nobody owns anything. Everything was already here. Everything that we've invented, the idea came from somewhere, but where? So really nobody owns anything. And the world is just that amazing. Like nobody really knows where it came from. One day it was just there, and everything was just there, and everyone has access to it. It is beautiful. We are all connected. There is not one thing that one of us can do that somebody else can't, because we really are all the same person, having similar experiences, having a physical experience in a reality, in a hologram, whatever you want to call it. The physical world, the 3D, the third dimension. These are the things that really amaze me. These are the things that once you start looking into the supernatural, your life opens up. Because a lot of us, we go through life and we're just thinking like, you go to work, you go to school, you get good grades, you go to college, you get a degree, you get a job, you work, you retire, and all that stuff, and then you die. And that's the typical American life. Yeah, and along the way, you accumulate a whole bunch of crap, and that you don't even get to take with you when you're dead. So the things that really matter in life are really the experiences. The things that really matter is the journey, and how can you enjoy the journey if you're living a life that's already been set up for you, a life that there are no surprises. You're already being told what to do, when to do it. So your life is already planned out for you. And like I said, since everything has already been here and we all have access to it, so what the greats have done, the wealthy people out there, the abundant people, the people that are traveling the world, and getting paid for it, people are doing amazing things. People are creating their own ideal reality. They're creating their own heaven on earth, and we all have the ability to do this. All of us. We can literally do whatever we want. It is up to us. And the one way to realize this is really to practice your awareness, is to really go within and really pay attention to the things that are going on in your life. If you do, you pay attention to your thoughts. Your thoughts are incredibly powerful. I mean incredibly powerful. Everything begins with a thought. If there's never a thought, it can never become matter. Everything in the world is energy, including your thoughts. Your thoughts are the beginning. Words become flesh. Your thoughts become things. The car didn't just show up one day. Someone had an idea of the car. Someone had a thought of the car. And eventually enough energy went behind that thought to the point where the car came to be. You were a thought. Everything started with a thought. Without a thought, there is nothing. So when you start paying attention to your thoughts, you pay attention to your emotions, and you pay attention to your actions, and you just start being aware of what you do, and you also are being aware of what comes into your life. If your thoughts, emotions, and your actions are all in line towards the same goal, what you're thinking about, what you're feeling, and what you're acting on will eventually manifest after you've had enough energy put behind it. As long as there's nothing contradicting it, it will come to be. And I've been realizing this in my own life. Manifesting. Creating your own reality. You can manifest whatever you want. There are no limitations. The only limits are those that we put on ourselves. All these cheesy quotes that we've heard all our lives. lives that we love to share but never really understand they're true. And once you raise your awareness, once you start paying attention, these quotes will make sense to you. You'll want to read new books about parallel universes and things like that, about this whole life being a virtual reality, like what's real. And I really do wish that they would teach these things in school, but it's all good. The big thing is the fact that I don't even regret anything. I don't regret my past. I don't regret anything that I did, because I've come to the realization that everything that has happened in my life up until this point was to get me here, and I am happy. I am so happy. I understand happiness. I understand my power. I understand what I am capable of, and I just want to learn more. I'm living, and you can't ask more than that. Living is a beautiful experience in and of itself, whether good things are happening or bad things are happening. And are there really good and bad things, or it's just perception? It's all how we look at it. If we look at the bad things, quote unquote bad, and we look at them as bad things, we stress over them and then we get distracted and we forget what's happening. So what I mean by but if we look at the bad things as just events, and we look at the good things as just events, we can just look at them as events and learn from each. So we learn from the good and we learn from the bad. And that's how life should be. Everything that has happened in my life led to me being here. Everything that's been happening in my life and that will happen in my life is all working in my favor. Life is happening for me and not to me, and that's where we gotta get to. When we get to the point where we know that life is happening for us, everything good and bad that's happening is happening in order to push you forward to being your best version. So once you realize that, life becomes a lot better, life becomes a lot easier. You're able to really accept things and work towards your better version. You also stop being a victim. If you keep being a victim, if you feel like life is happening to you, a lot of us we love to say, why me? Why do we say why me? Why not you? If we keep playing the victim, then we give ourselves an excuse to never change. We put the responsibility outside of us. We externalize our power. We literally take our own power and just give it away. We give our power away to external events. We give our power away to people. We allow people to dictate how we live our lives. We allow events to dictate how we feel. We allow our environments to control our lives. And we forget who we are. When you stop being the victim, when you realize that everything is happening in your favor, you become accountable. You are now paying attention. You become the observer, and you're watching things as they happen. And by watching things as they happen, you're able to kind of edit the formula a little bit. You can actually make conscious decisions to create the reality that you want, rather than just being the victim and just letting life happen to you. Just these simple realizations, I'm telling you, it allows you to just kind of calm down. It allows you to relax. It allows you to just accept things as they are. You stop trying to be perfect, because perfection is an illusion. The only thing that's perfect, I would say life is perfect, but life is perfect because it's not perfect. Imagine if life was perfect, how boring it would be. It would be very predictable. Life would just happen. There would be no trouble. There would be no problems. There would be no problem solving. There would be nothing to really, to shake things up. There would be no uncertainty. And you gotta love uncertainty. You gotta love surprises. You gotta love not knowing what tomorrow is gonna bring. That's what makes it fun. You don't know what's gonna happen. That's what makes it fun. That's what gives you a reason to live. You don't know if you're gonna wake up tomorrow. You don't. That's why you make the best of today. Carpe diem. You seize the day. All in all, life is very, very simple, especially when you realize that you have been creating your own life all along. If you have not realized it, then I would just say, just start paying attention, start being aware. Of course, be aware first of your thoughts, that's where it begins. Then be aware of your emotions, be aware of your actions, be aware of your body, what you do, be aware of how situations affect you, be aware of how people affect you. Everything that is happening is an opportunity to learn. Every single interaction, every single decision is an opportunity to learn something. We are constantly learning and constantly growing, but if we are not aware, we get stuck and we just stay like that. But if we are aware of every decision, every action, we can grow. And that is life. Life is all about growing. Life is all about evolving. Life is all about change. Life doesn't stand still. Even nature, like you might look at a flower and it looks like it's not doing anything, but it's not staying still, it's working. Energy, something's happening there. Life never stands still, so why should you? So those are my thoughts. This is my video on life and on how to really just start living the life that you deserve and start creating the life that you deserve. It is all in your hands. It is not in anybody else's hands. It is not anyone's fault. Do not blame anyone. Do not look for answers elsewhere. At the end of the day, when you start putting the things together, when you start connecting the dots, you will realize that you have known the answers all along. You will realize that the answers have always been within you. And we are just all mirrors and reflections of each other, and we're kind of here to remind each other, to support each other, and remembering who we are. We created this reality in order to remember who we are, and we coexist and we're co-creating this reality, and together we are stronger. Together we can create a heaven on earth for all of us. If you do like this video, hit the like button, hit me up in the comment section. Of course, let's talk. Keep spreading that love, keep hugging people, keep talking to strangers. It's amazing what happens when you just kind of start living and you start paying attention, you start being more aware, and start connecting with others, because we are all one. Everything that we do affects the whole, and it's a beautiful thing. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do for more videos like this one, and I will see you guys in the next one.